Ma'am, step away from the vehicle.
Officer, this is my house.
I need identification. Turn around. Hands on the vehicle.
I am your superior officer. I'm ordering you to stand down.
Something about this moment feels wrong. Not loud, not chaotic, just wrong. A quiet suburban driveway, a normal afternoon, and a woman standing still, knowing something irreversible has already started. For more than 3 decades, she wore authority like armor. 32 years in law enforcement, years of decisions made under pressure, lives affected, careers shaped. She had commanded rooms, disciplined officers, stood between chaos and order. And yet, none of that mattered now. Because in this moment, authority had become invisible. This didn't happen during a riot. It didn't happen in the middle of the night. It didn't happen during a dangerous call. It happened at home. A driveway she had pulled into thousands of times before, a place that should have meant safety. Groceries sat in the trunk, ordinary, harmless, milk, bread, vegetables, the kind of details that make the moment feel even colder. Because danger didn't arrive screaming, it arrived calmly. A patrol car, an officer, a decision made too quickly and never questioned. This is where fear actually begins. Not fear of crime, not fear of violence, fear of certainty. When someone in uniform decides they are right and stops listening. Training exists for moments like this. Verify, confirm, pause. But pressure changes people. Tunnel vision sets in, adrenaline narrows the world, and once authority is asserted, it becomes harder to reverse than to continue. She knew this. That's why she didn't resist. That's why she didn't raise her voice, because she had seen what happens when officers don't comply with other officers. She had taught this lesson herself. Sometimes survival looks like silence. The handcuffs closed. That sound, metal on metal, carries weight. It's final. It's public. It tells everyone watching exactly who holds power now. Neighbors noticed. People slowed down. Windows opened. Phones came out. No one intervened. Because fear spreads faster than truth, and authority, even mistaken authority, still commands space. This is the part most people don't understand. Humiliation doesn't need shouting. It doesn't need violence. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it's standing still while the world looks at you differently. For the first time in decades, she was no longer being seen as a leader. She was being seen as a suspect. And the system did not recognize its own creator. Then came the radio call, a routine transmission, a simple sentence. But radio calls are dangerous things, because once words leave your mouth, they travel faster than judgment. Dispatch listened, and then everything stopped. A pause, a break in the rhythm. The address was familiar, too familiar, and in that instant, reality collided with assumption. The realization didn't arrive gently, it hit like gravity. The officer looked again, not as a suspect, not as a threat, but as a human being she should have recognized all along. The posture, the calm, the authority that never left her voice. And that's when fear changed sides. Because there is nothing more terrifying to someone in power than realizing they never had it. The handcuffs stayed on, not because they had to, but because removing them meant accepting what had already happened. Those seconds mattered. They stretched, each one heavy, because cameras don't forget, witnesses don't forget, and systems don't forgive easily. This moment was no longer private. It was evidence. It wasn't just a mistake anymore. It was a record. And records have consequences. Careers end slowly, then suddenly. One decision becomes a lawsuit, a headline, a settlement. Trust cracks. Departments scramble. Policies are rewritten too late. This is the terrifying truth hidden inside this footage. The system does not care who you are once it decides who you aren't. Rank doesn't save you. Experience doesn't save you. History doesn't save you. Only hesitation might have. Only a pause. Only a question. This is why moments like this matter. Because they expose something deeper than one officer's error. They expose how thin the line really is between authority and abuse, between order and fear, between being protected by the system and being consumed by it. That driveway wasn't a crime scene, but it became a warning to everyone watching. Because if this can happen here, in daylight, at home, to someone who ran the department, then it can happen anywhere, to anyone. And that is the part that should scare you most.